Hello, and welcome to me sharing my opinion about working at a call center. So, I have worked for a call center for a bit over a year, around a year and 2 months. And there are so many things that I learned. So, that job is not for everyone. You basically need a lot of empathy, patience, good communication, and discipline. What I liked about this job is that you have to communicate to the customer. I was working at a call center where the customer would call us or they would call me, not directly as a person, but as a company. I would be a representative. So after they called me, they would ask or tell me their problem. What I had to do was give them a resolution, explain them the process, and end the call in a good manner, giving good service and other things. So the first 3 months are not that hard. I had to learn theory before actually working as a call center agent. Before that, I got a bit of training. So I was reading, I was doing presentations, I was looking at videos. It was about giving good communication, being a good agent, learning about the company, what we do, what our goal is, and it's not that hard. So after 2 months of training, you start working, and that's when you realize the job is not that easy. Long story short, a lot of people quit the call center I was in, like in most, I'm going to assume. And the pay was good. I was satisfied with my payment. So the first 3 months after the 2 months of training were exciting. It was a new experience. I literally had no job before that. Before working for a call center, I was a musician. I was a violinist and singer for a mariachi group. And that experience was cool. I learned a lot of things being a mariachi, but I wanted something more organized, professional, better, official. And working for a call center was just what I needed. It took me around 2 months to find that job. Yeah, something like that. The thing is, I couldn't find a good job, and I finally found it. So it was thanks to my good English. And after that, to be honest, you have to have a good mental health. You have to be prepared that, well, in my case, I'm living alone and I have to pay my bills. So to do that, I have to man up. I have to learn, get better. And that's how I survived the first 3 months as a call center agent after my 2 months of training. So it was complicated. There were days I was thinking, I think this job is too much. And maybe it was. Sometimes you would get so many calls, the stress level would be really high. I literally saw one young lady. I saw her coming out of the workroom, and she was shaking. She had like a panic attack, and they had to take her out, give her some care. And it's like I mentioned, it's a job where you get a lot of stress if you do not know how to handle your mental health. Obviously, you have to sleep well, you have to do your job in the right way. So you're put into evaluation. They test you out, they see your skills. People there help you to communicate better, to give good service. And it was hard. I think I was a cold person. In the beginning, I would always be straight to the point. I would tell them, do this, this, we offer this and that. My tone of voice was always in a low voice, like in a tired, bored voice. So I had to fix that little by little. I had to explain more. I would say, we can't do that because of this. If I do this, this will happen. And I would want to end the call fast. But you then, afterwards, you learn better ways to communicate. So after those 2 or 3 months of evaluation, you get ascended as a main agent. I was a main agent. And beyond that point, you're basically already ready. You're a good call center agent. You know what to do. You have goals. At the end of the month, you have to achieve certain goals as a call center agent. If you want a bonus, if you want more money, you had to be a good agent overall every month. You didn't have to do that, but the supervisors would pressure you in a way or motivate you. So I worked at home. I got to work at home. I got the computer. I got the headsets. Everything was brought to my apartment or room. So I was working here. It was okay. It was a new experience. We would communicate online. And I got used to it. You just gotta adapt. So I'm grateful for that. That's cool. Then it was a year. It was 1 year of me in the business, in that company. So after the year, you already know how the system works. You already know the bad things, the good things, things that are wrong, but you can't fix. And that's when I started to do research. A lot of people do not like, they just don't like call centers. And I can understand it. If I had a bad week at work, I would blame myself. I would say, you have to be better at doing this. You have to be faster. You have to be more kind. You have to communicate better with the customers. That's what I kept telling myself, that I have to improve. I had a bad week or a bad month or a bad day because of me. I was the problem. And it did help. I would get better every month. And since we're talking about my call center experience, I want to make this public. I am satisfied and happy to say that for 3 months straight, I arrived at my job punctual. I was on time every day for 3 months straight. I was never late, not even a single day for 3 months straight. And I'm happy. It's a cool experience. I didn't get any certificate. They didn't, what's the word? They didn't congratulate me for doing that. And it's fine. They have their own ways of congratulating. And to me, it doesn't matter. But personally, I'm happy about that. It's cool. So I have superb, excellent, magnificent, extraordinary discipline. So that's one of the cool things I learned besides good communication at a call center. And yeah, after the year of working in a call center, I got ascended. So I would do things to help the supervisor. I would do activities. I would help my coworkers. I would give some advice. And then I got ascended again in the same company for another position. And that's when I was thinking that growing in that company was not complicated. I would obtain the goals. I would take my month bonus. But there was something missing. Working at a call center can be easy if you learn what you need to do in the right manner. But the thing is that once you understand how your job works, after that, it starts to feel black and white. You start to do everything over and over. You know what to do. You know what you shouldn't do. You know what you can do better. So I stopped learning. I couldn't learn more. And I didn't like that. I was working in a call center at a full-time job. And it was so much time. The amount of time working at a call center was a lot, even though sometimes work was not that much. So after work, there were some days that I would be really stressed, really tired, mentally exhausted. And I realized that if I obtained these goals, if I achieved all of these things that were hard for me, if I made it, then that means I can do anything. If you know how to communicate, you can be a good businessman. So I started to do research. I started to read about financial freedom, about being a leader, and I got inspired. I got motivated, and unfortunately, what I learned is that there is a limit. Everyone has a limit. So I would always be a better call center agent. I would give the best service I could to the customers. But I realized that sometimes you are not the problem. As a call center agent, it's not your fault that the customer is angry or that the customer is upset. The problem is them. That's the truth. They are the problem. You give them a lot of solutions. You give them options, and they don't accept it. They don't want to accept it. So you can't do much. You learn that you are doing your best and you can't change other people just in a couple of minutes. If they call you and if they're mad and they demand you and if they disrespect you, you obviously do your best to calm them down. You give them resolutions, but you're not going to solve everyone's problem. That's just not possible. And that's what I learned. I realized that I was being a bit hard on myself. And being hard on yourself can be bad. If you do it too much, it can be bad. So that's when I realized that I will try my best, but I'm not the perfect agent. There's always going to be a day I'm stressed, even though I try not to, because it's tough. When you communicate, you have some angry, disrespectful customers, and you can't do much. They are very creative. They have fun doing that, and you just gotta accept it. So I got tired of that. If I know I can be better, if I know I've achieved a lot of goals, I can do even more. A lot of things could have happened. Maybe I could have stayed in that call center. I could have thought differently. But I have a life goal. I have this personal goal that I want, and I've been afraid. To end this video, I've been thinking that I can't stick to a job because I have one main life goal as a job, and that is to live as a musician. I was a mariachi. I was a violinist and a singer for traditional Mexican music, but I don't want to sing traditional Mexican music. I want to be free. I want to sing pop, maybe rock. The most close job that fits my ideals is being a YouTuber. You get the freedom. Obviously, you can't disrespect. You have to do it professionally. So that's my main goal. It's like saying I want to be a businessman, and I know I can. I have been growing. I have learned so many things, and it's all about practice. I have to read. I have to try. If it does not work, I will try it differently. But if I know that every job I've had, I've learned and grown, and I have done it even better. If I know I have a lot of patience doing those jobs that are not fun, then if I do a job, if I work at a job that is really fun for me, I should have even more patience, more effort put into it. So it's that simple. Like I said, I was a coward. I was afraid. I didn't know if I could do it. All of that bad confidence. But you learn. That is my experience for the call center job I had. I'm satisfied. And we'll see what my next job will be. So thank you for watching. Share me your experience if you'd like in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video.